A strange woman hugged me in the mall and whispered that I was in serious danger. She held me like she knew me, like she was protecting me, and when I pulled away, her eyes said something her mouth couldn't. That moment changed everything. Before I begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss stories like this. My name is Evelyn Hart, and until 2 months ago, my life was painfully normal. I worked in a small stationery shop inside a large indoor mall, lived alone in a modest apartment, and spent most weekends reading or watching documentaries. Nothing exciting, nothing dramatic, nothing dangerous. Or so I thought. It was a Friday afternoon. The mall was busy, filled with families, students, and couples drifting from store to store. I was buying a smoothie on my break when a woman stepped in front of me, out of nowhere. Before I could react, she wrapped her arms tightly around me, like she knew me. I froze. I didn't know her. Not her face, not her voice, nothing. But her grip was warm, steady, almost comforting. Then she leaned into my ear and whispered, "Don't go home tonight. Please, you're in serious danger." I pulled back, quickly, shocked and confused. Her expression was tense, like she was fighting time. She didn't explain, didn't wait. She just shook her head slightly and said, "I'm sorry, I had to." Then she rushed into the crowd and vanished. I stood there trembling, smoothie still in my hand, brain refusing to make sense of what had just happened. Who was she? Why warned me? Why hug me like we were family? When I returned to the shop, my coworker Mia said I looked pale. I brushed it off. I didn't want to sound dramatic. But the woman's words kept echoing. "Don't go home tonight. You are in serious danger." I tried convincing myself it was a misunderstanding. Maybe she mixed me up with someone else. Maybe she was confused. Maybe it was some weird prank. But the fear sitting in my chest felt too real. When my shift ended, I sat in my car for nearly 20 minutes, staring at my steering wheel, debating what to do. If I went home and something happened, I'd never forgive myself. So I didn't go home. Instead, I drove to my cousin's place across town. She let me stay without asking too many questions. She thought I was avoiding a noisy neighbor. I didn't tell her the truth. Saying it out loud felt ridiculous. But around midnight, I received a notification from my home security app. Motion detected, living room. My stomach dropped. I opened the camera feed. A person, hooded, gloved, walked straight through my living room. Not stumbling, not searching randomly, walking with purpose, as if they knew exactly where everything was. I covered my mouth to stop myself from screaming. My hands shook so hard I almost dropped my phone. The intruder opened drawers, checked corners, then went to the small desk where I kept important papers. They rifled through everything, clearly looking for something specific. They stayed for over 10 minutes. Then they left. No rush, no hesitation. Like they expected me to not be home. I barely slept that night. The next morning, I drove to my apartment, but didn't go in. I watched from a distance. Nothing seemed out of place, but I still reported the break-in. The police came, took fingerprints, asked routine questions, but the moment I said I wasn't home because a stranger warned me, they gave me that polite, skeptical look. I understood. I barely believed myself. When they left, I went to my neighbor across the hall, Mr. Dalton, a retired man who always noticed everything. I asked if he'd seen anyone near my apartment the night before. He nodded slowly. "A man, tall, dark jacket. He stood outside your door for almost an hour, like he was waiting for something." My heart pounded painfully. That's when something clicked. Whoever broke in expected me to be home. They weren't there to steal. They were there to confront me, or worse. For the next few days, I stayed with my cousin. I didn't return home. I didn't feel safe. I kept wondering about the woman who hugged me. How did she know? Who was she protecting me from? The answer came sooner than I expected. At work one afternoon, I saw her again. She stood near the entrance of the shop, hands trembling, eyes full of guilt. I walked up to her slowly. "You need to tell me everything," I said. She swallowed hard and nodded. "My name is Lena, and I know who was in your apartment." My blood turned cold. She explained that she worked in a law office downtown. A man, someone I knew, had come in recently trying to obtain my personal documents. His behavior made her uneasy. She recognized my name from a mall membership form she processed months ago. She said he talked about me in a way that didn't feel normal. He wanted access, control. He said I owed him something. And worst of all, he knew where I lived. When she realized he might try to confront me, she panicked. She tried calling the mall directory to find my workplace, but failed. So she searched the mall for me, walking store to store for over an hour. When she finally spotted me standing alone with my smoothie, she reacted instinctively, hugging me to make it look like she was someone I trusted while she warned me. I couldn't breathe for a moment. Then I asked the question that terrified me most. Who was the man? She hesitated, then spoke the name. My ex-boyfriend, Adrian, the same ex who left months ago after a heated argument about boundaries, the same ex who refused to accept the breakup. Everything finally made sense. The break-in, the searching, the waiting outside my door. He wasn't done with me. I went straight to the police with Lena's statement and the footage. This time, they took it seriously. Within a week, Adrian was restricted from coming near me or contacting me in any form. As for Lena, she apologized again and again, thinking she scared me. But I hugged her this time. "You saved me," I whispered. "You didn't scare me. You saved me." Revenge didn't come through confrontation or drama. Revenge came quietly, by taking away the one thing Adrian thought he still had, access to my life. And that, sometimes, is the strongest revenge of all.